Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show 24, where today the Athletics are going to stay at home for 7 games in this episode, starting off with 4 at home against the 23-19 Texas Rangers. The Athletics currently sit 18-22. We'll see if we can get back closer to that 500 mark. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. We're here at Sutter Health Park. And on the mound for the A's today will be Mick Abel, the ace of this staff, getting the start, his 9th of the season. He's been pretty solid thus far, less than a 1 whip, with 41 strikeouts to his name. Center fielder Leody Taveras will lead off for the Rangers, and he'll begin the day by looking at a fastball right there for strike number 3. Ian Happ now up next, 3-2, and he gets jammed inside on a fastball. And Abel starts the game with 2 strikeouts, going for the hat trick against Evan Carter with the full count pitch, and Abel will get the strikeout again. 3 Ks open the day for him. On the mound for the Rangers will be the 3-time Cy Young winner Jacob deGrom, who won it just a couple of seasons ago for the 3rd time back in 2025. Since then, it's been downhill for him. He's not had a good past couple of years. He'll start his day against Zach Geloff, and he gets him looking to begin the day. Maybe a favorable call for the 3-time Cy Young. But you get those when you've had the success in the past. Maybe a favorable call on this one as well. Martin checks the swing. They say he goes around, and that's quick. 2 strikeouts for deGrom. He's trying for the hat trick as well as it's Logan Davidson, but he can't strike him out as he walks him in a full count pitch. That'll bring up Tyler Soderstrom with a 3-1. He gets a fastball high, maybe a little out of the zone. He pops it up behind second base in shallow center, where it'll be caught for out number 3. We'll stay with the A's in the bottom of the 2nd. Ruiz in the 5-hole today as he gets an 0-1 pitch and hits this one into center field. But it'll just die out and easily caught by Taveras. That'll bring up in the 6th hole Clark Elliott, the rookie, having a great start to his season and his career in the big leagues. And this is another hit that'll add on. A single into right field puts him aboard. For the 7-hole hitter in Ryan Noda, average up over 200 now, but he strikes out on a curveball here for out number 2. Jacob Wilson now against Jacob deGrom, and he tattoos a pitch, perfectly hits it to left center with some carry, and it's going to clear the wall. A 2-run homer for Jacob Wilson gets the scoring started as he's starting to come into his own at the plate. That's his 4th home run of the season, goes 392 left center, and the Athletics will be out in front of this one by a score of 2-0. Elliot Ramos up next playing in left field, and he will go down on the fastball inside, but the A's take the lead. We'll go top 3, see if the Rangers have an answer. Here's Daniel Mateo up first, who grounds this over to Geloff at second, and he'll record the first outs of the inning. The 9-hole is the first baseman Cody Freeman, hitting .218 on the season, and he draws a walk on the inside cutter. So Abel puts his first walk of the day, and that'll bring up Taveras back to the plate. Struck out in his first at-bats, now faces an 0-1 here, and he will hit this one into right, and it will bloop in front of Elliott for a base hit. And with the speed, Freeman's able to take third, so runners now on the corners with 1 down. A chance here for the Rangers, and it'll be the former Cub Ian Happ who hits this one well to left. Ramos gives chase and makes a great catch over the shoulder. It will allow a run to score, though, off the sac fly, but a good play by Ramos. 2-1 now in favor of the Athletics. Evan Carter up next, and he crushes a cutter into right center, and this one's going to get out of here for a 2-run homer. And the Texas Rangers have now taken the lead. I've said before, Evan Carter is probably the best young player in baseball. He is the face of the next generation of players, and the 2024 AL Rookie of the Year showing why right there as he puts Texas out front. Josh Young up next as he gets up high underneath a cutter into right field. That'll end the 3rd, but the Rangers do take a lead thanks to the home run by Carter. Abner Uribe will now grace the mound for the A's. We haven't seen the youngster in quite a lot this season. He'll get a chance here, down by 1 as he comes in the 6th inning. Ian Happ to begin, and Happ will crush this one deep to center field, and this one's going to be out of here. Ian Happ goes yard off of Abner Uribe. Now he gets starts for the young righties day, who we have high hopes for in this bullpen. But Ian Happ, the former Chicago Cub, able to hit his 6th home run of the season, and will Texas will extend their lead. They're now up 4-2. Next batter is Carter, who went deep in his last at-bat. Chops this one down the first base line. Bonota makes a great play and throws it to Uribe, covering a great out number 1, flashing the leather. Josh Young up next gets a nice slider. Hits it almost in the same spot that was hit by Happ, and it's also going to get out of here. Another solo home run for the Rangers, this time off the bat of the third baseman Josh Young. His 7th of the season. Uribe's inning has not been very good. 2 long balls given up, and now the Rangers lead this one 5-2. That'll do it for Uribe. He won't even get out of the inning as Zach Jackson comes in relief. His ERA continues to just be a roller coaster as it sits at 4.91 right now. He has to get through Simeon, and he strikes out the former Athletic on a slider, cutting away from him. That'll bring up Ezekiel Duran, and he will strike out as well. So as Jackson comes in and gets the job done. Yuri Rodriguez will then get the call for the Rangers as DeGrom will go 5 innings before being taken over by the bullpen. Not been a good season for Rodriguez with a 6.11 ERA. He'll start off against Davidson from the left side, who is early on a changeup for strikeout. That'll bring up Soderstrom, 0 for 2 day for the 2-time All-Star. He faces an 0-1 count, and he gets a sinker, hits it well into center. But it's right at Taveras, and will be caught for out number 2. Can we get a hit from Ruiz? 1-2. No, he's ahead of the changeup, and a nice 1-2-3 inning from Yuri Rodriguez. Next inning, Gary Sanchez leads off for the Rangers, and the former Diamondback will pop this one up into left field. Zach Jackson staying on the mound for the A's as he gets the next inning. Daniel Mateo gets inside on a slider, but he's going to bloop this one to right field for a base hit. Gets down in front of Elliott. That's a 1-out single. Cody Freeman now up 1 for 1 on the day. Has also drawn a walk. He hits this one up the middle. Davison gives it a good effort. Geloff trying to retrieve it, but he cannot get Freeman at first. Good effort defensively, but everybody is safe off the infield hit. Just in time for the top of the lineup as Taveras up next hits this one right at Elliot Ramos in left for out number 2. Ian Happ now, 0-0 pitch, and he hits this one into right, and it's going to get down, and Happ's going to have a couple more RBIs. One is going to score, second being waved around, throw is going to be in time, and the runner is safe at the plate. Soderstrom drops the ball. That should have been 1, but it results in 2, and the Rangers take a 7-2 lead. As the next batter, Carter will ground out, but the damage has been done. Texas up now by 5. As they now bring in the righty Chris Clark, the rookie 28-year-old, at the 4th-round pick back in 2019 out of the University of Southern California, finally making it to the majors. He starts off with Elliott, who had a good changeup to hit, but just can't pull the trigger. That's out number 1. Ryan Noda up next. He pulls the trigger on the changeup, hits it well into right, but Mateo was going to play this one off the wall. And Noda's going to roll into second base with a 1-out double. So the runner will be in scoring position. That'll bring up the 8-hole hitter and Jacob Wilson, who's already gone deep today. He checks his swing, but they say he goes around on the knuckle curve. I would disagree, but it's out number 2. Now you need a base hit from Elliot Ramos, who's hitless today. He gets a nice first pitch fastball right down the heart of the plate, but just misses it, and Clark is able to get through the 7th without allowing the run. Mason Miller now comes in relief for the Athletics, making his 24th appearance of the season. He comes into the 8th, starting off with Josh Young up first, and he strikes him out on the cutter. 95 up and in, out number 1. Simeon now up next with a 1-0, chops it over to Noda, who will play it on the bounce, and Mason Miller's off to a good start this inning. Has to get through Ezekiel Duran up next, and he will ground this one up over to second, where Geloff will make the play, and it's a nice 1-2-3 inning from Mason Miller. Bottom of the 8th will belong to the former Milwaukee Brewer, Ken Mays, who comes in relief for the Texas Rangers, trying to keep this one a 5-run game. We have the top of the lineup up, but Geloff is going to look silly on the changeup. Nice pitch by Mays. He's well out in front. Robbie Martin's turn. He hits a fastball down the third base line and fair, as this one will be corralled by Carter for a 1-out single. Martin's got a little bit of speed on the base paths. We'll see if he can do anything with it. Davidson up next, 0-1. Chops this one over to first. They go to second, back to first. That's a 3-6-3 double play. And the A's are down to their final inning, as Joe Barlow will come in relief for the Athletics, trying to keep this one a 5-run game. He has yet to allow an earned run this season, which is pretty impressive. He inherits 1 down, and Daniel Mateo, who will get his back broken, but Mateo hustles out a single. Infield base hit for the Rangers. As now bring up Cody Freeman, who's yet to record an out today, but he finally does here as he chases the fastball in the dirt for out number 2. Top of the lineup now, Leody Taveras up next. 0-2 to him, and he's going to pop up a pitch into center field that should be played by Ruiz. So we'll head to the 9th with the Athletics down by 5. They're going to turn it over to Brock Burke Not a save situation, so they'll bring in the lefty. Just try to get an inning of work here and get through it. As we do have Tyler Soderstrom to begin. Lefty-lefty matchup as Soderstrom can't hit the slider. Good pitch to hit. He just couldn't time it up well. Ruiz up next, strikes out on a changeup, and now the game comes down to the rookie, Clark Elliott. Who does have a single today. He's to get on base to keep this game alive. Draws a full count, and he actually draws the walk, so he will do just that. He takes first base, and the Rangers only needing one out. I'm actually going to turn it over to Josh Spores. I'm going to not trust Burke to get the final out. Interesting decision. It's going to be up to Josh Spores, who's not had a good season in his 9 appearances. Ryan Noda with a 3-1 up next. Gets a good slider to hit, but he's going to pop it into center. This one should be caught by Taveras, and it will be. And the Rangers win Game 1 of this 4-game set here in Sacramento by a final score of 7-2. As we got to Abner Uribe in the bullpen in this one, able to pull a lead out. And the Athletics were just not able to capitalize as they go down in this one. 2 runs, 5 hits for the A's, 7-11 for the Rangers. Durham gets the win, Abel a loss. As the Player of the Game award for this one will go to Ian Happ with his 2-for-3 day and his 4 RBIs to go along with it. So the Rangers win Game 1 here on Monday as we get into the next day, and we lose this one 7-1. Uribe again with not a good performance. He gives up 3 earned without even getting out of the inning, as it has been a series to forget for him. It is Tuesday, so here's your Tuesday game of the week. The Phillies and the Twins, 2 of the best teams in baseball, and the Phillies destroy the Twins 14-1. As Minnesota's the best team the American League got, but they have no answer for the Phillies. Game 3, we lose 2-1. Medina leaves with an injury, and he didn't have another good appearance. It's been a rough start to the season for Medina out of the pen, as he gives up 1 earned in 2/3 innings. We go into Game 4, and we lose this one as well. We get swept in 4 by the Rangers. A horrible look. Rooker had a good day, going 4 for 5, but it wasn't enough. And now the Athletics are all of a sudden sitting at a record of 18-26 as they get ready for 3 games against a very good St. Louis Cardinals squad who sits 28-16 on the season. That is the best in the NL Central and the 3rd best in all of baseball. So the Athletics got to find an answer. They got to find an answer quickly. Cardinals were aggressive in the offseason, acquiring that man right there, Nico Horner, and a couple of other names. And it's paid off for them so far. Abner Uribe will get the start for the A's. An interesting call. The pitching coach said Robbie Francisco should not start today. And Medina is actually dealing with a minor injury. So the guy we would have turned to is hurt. So Abner Uribe gets the late start, his first in his career. We'll see how he goes. Hopefully he can get through a couple of innings. And at least he'll start beginning the $108 million man, Nico Horner, to fly out to left. And we'll take a look at the Cardinals lineup. Horner has been a great addition. He's been worth every penny, hitting well this season. Next we'll see Gavin Lux, Lars Nootbaar, Nolan Gorman, Jordan Walker, Cody Bellinger in center, Wilson Contreras behind the plate, Paul Goldschmidt back here in St. Louis, and then Luis Rengifo at third. Here's Gavin Lux, the former Dodger, another big pickup this offseason. Grounds out to short. Uribe trying to get a 1-2-3 inning to begin his starting debut, and he does as he gets Nootbaar to fly out to center field. On the mound for the Cardinals will be Lucas Giolito, the righty, still kicking it now in St. Louis, making his 9th appearance of the season. He'll start against Zach Geloff, running an 8-game hit streak coming into this one. He has a 2-2 pitch, and Geloff will not be able to hit the inside fastball, who strikes him out. Rooker now with 2 down, also strikes out, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Lucas Giolito. We'll take a look at a lot of the bullpen in this episode. Uribe does go 3, and he goes 3 scoreless, so a good job from him, as we'll see if our opener strategy can pay off today, as Kyle Muller will be tasked with getting the 4th. The rest of the bullpen arms will probably get an inning apiece to just try to keep everybody fresh. Muller's tasked with the 4th, gets the first batter out, then has Lars Nootbaar, who rips this one into the right center gap and one hops over the wall. So that'll be an automatic double for the right fielder. Gorman now up next. We'll pop this one up over to Jacob Wilson. Easy play. That's 2 down now for Muller. He's 1 more out. Has Jordan Walker to get it with. Then he gets him to hit this one to center field, where Ruiz will have it. And Muller does a good job in the 4th. We're going to the 5th inning. This inning is going to belong to Mason Miller, as he will get the next inning. His 27th appearance. He's already pitched 34 innings thus far this season. He begins against Cody Bellinger, the other big free agent signing for the Cardinals this offseason. Signed him to a 4-year, $52 million contract. He'll ground out to Zach Geloff. Next up will be the 7-hole hitter, Willson Contreras, another former Cub, as the Cardinals have ransacked that organization for players. And Miller will walk to begin the first batter on base of this inning, and then Paul Goldschmidt strikes out. So Miller now with 2 down, needs 1 more out. It's Luis Rengifo, and he gets it as he strikes him out up high. And Miller does a good job in the 5th. 6th inning will belong to Zach Jackson as the opener strategy continues, as he'll make his 26th appearance. Jackson is on the least amount of energy of all these relievers, so we do have to keep that in mind. And the first batter he faces is Nico Horner, as he hits this one down the left field line of the 2-time All-Star. And Silver Slugger from this past season has the leadoff double. Jackson's got to try to find a way to strand him. It's Gavin Lux up next, and he'll strike him out with a high changeup. Not sure why he didn't pull the trigger. Could have sent that one a long way. Newbar up next. He gets jammed inside on the slider, and now with 2 down, Jackson will actually be pulled. Joe Barlow is going to come in. Jackson, like I said, was on the least amount of stamina. I think bringing in Joe Barlow was the best option here. He's yet to allow an earned run in his tenure this season. He strikes out the last batter of the inning. Good job by Barlow to close it out. We'll go bottom 6, where our offense has been quiet today with 1 down, but Geloff's looking to change that. He's going to extend that 8-game hitting streak in a big way as he hits a solo shot to left center. And finally, the scoreless game has been broken, as it's a home run for Geloff, his 3rd of the season. He waited a long time to hit 1, but he's hit 3 in the past week. Now the Athletics lead this one 1-0. 2 down now in the inning for Brent Rooker, the leader for this team in home runs this season, and he will strike out wildly on a changeup. We'll go now into the 8th inning. Ryan Thompson in, as Barlow actually goes 2+ innings for us, gets us some good work. Thompson comes in the 8th, tasked with getting the final out in Gavin Lux, and he will do just that as he pops this one up into center field, where Ruiz is going to have it for the final outs. That'll take us into the bottom of the 8th, where Giolito will be pulled after 7. A good start for him, but he's on pace for the loss, as it'll be the lefty Matt Strahm out of the bullpen for the Cardinals. Lefty-lefty matchup to begin against Ryan Noda, and Noda will patiently look at ball 4. So he'll take first base. A's would love to have some insurance runs going into the 9th, but Wilson won't help that as he strikes out on the outside fastball. Top of the lineup now, Geloff up next, gets out in front of a cutter, and he'll just lazily fire this one into left for Walker, as that's out number 2. Up next in the 2-hole today, Logan Davison moved up, and he strikes out on the fastball. So it'll be a 1-run lead going to the 9th for the All-Star closer, Tony Santillan, who is 6 for 7 this year and has not had a good season. 5.56 ERA is awful for a closer. He's got a 1-run lead here in the 9th, and he's going to be tasked with closing it down as it starts off with Lars Nootbaar, who chops this one up the middle, and Davison can't make the play. And the Cardinals already have the tying run on first base. Nolan Gorman up next, 3-1, and he walks, and Santillan quickly getting himself in a lot of trouble here, as that'll bring up the next batter, but Buddy Kennedy up first to pinch run for Gorman. Jordan Walker in a big spot, 3-1 here, and he hits it up the middle. Geloff can't get to it, and the runner's going to round third and be sent home, and this game is now tied. Santillan blows another save, and now you got to worry about falling behind. There's still nobody out, and Santillan walks Bellinger, so now the bases are loaded for Willson Contreras, and he's going to deliver. Hits this one into the gap. It is going to hit off the top of the wall. That is going to be a bases-clearing double for Contreras, and all of a sudden the Redbirds are up 4-1 as this game has spiraled out of control for the Athletics. Still nobody down, mind you, as Paul Goldschmidt up next, and the former MVP will finally record the first out, a laser at Elia Ramos. Luis Rengifo now up next, the key piece in that Nolan Arenado trade to begin the season. As he flies out to center field, they will not test the arm of Ruiz. That'll bring up Nico Horner once more, the former Cub, with a 1-1 count, and he will single up the middle. Runner will be sent home. That'll be another one for the Cardinals. It is now 5-1 in favor of St. Louis. Still trying to get the final out is Gavin Lux, and before we even get the out, Horner will steal second base. That is his 14th of the season. Later in the at-bat, Lux down the first base line, and again, Noda showing some leather will end the 9th. But this game has been turned on its head. The Athletics were leading. Now they're down by 4. Not even a save situation, but the Cardinals will throw in Zach Thompson who did not pitch in the majors last season. His first batter will be Brent Rooker, tasked with the 3-4-5 hitters. And he'll get Rooker to ground out to begin the ninth. Soderstrom now up next with an 0-2, and he can't connect on the inside 12-6. So much movement on that thing. And now the game comes down to Esteury Ruiz. 0-for-2 with a walk and a stolen base. He gets a 3-1 count, a good cutter to hit, but he's underneath it into right center, and this one will be put away by Lars Nootbaar. And the Cardinals will win this game by a final score of 5-1 as Santillan blows this one in a bad way for the Athletics. Should have won the game, but you only had 2 hits, and you fall to one of the best teams in the National League, and the losing streak now reaches 5 games. Now, we do get some good news after this game, as Eddie Rosario is finally ready to come off the injured list. He got off to a great start in the first week of the season, then went down with an injury. So it'll be nice to have his bat in the lineup. He was hitting .350 with 3 homers and 7 RBIs through 6 games. Now, to make a move for his roster spot, we will send Richie Veach back down to AAA. Game 2, we lose 7-3, and Eddie Rosario's return to the lineup. He does go deep again, but it's not enough as we lose this one off a bad pitching performance from Abel and Abner Uribe again. Saturday, we got a doubleheader today. The Dodgers played the Twins, and again, the Twins have the chance to do something against the top National League club, and they fall flat on their face. Ohtani with an insane game. Dodgers win this one 15-4. And then Baseball Night in America is back on Fox. Orioles and Red Sox kick it off this season, and Baltimore wins 4-0. Orioles looking to contend in the AL East with the Yankees. In the third game, we lose 7-2, so we get swept by the Cardinals as well. So we had 7 games in this episode, and we went 0-for-7. Record now sits at 18-29, and we got to try to right the ship with Seattle coming to town before a 3-game rematch in Texas. And our division has become one of the most competitive divisions in baseball. Every other team in our division is above 500, and then you got us down there at 18-29. Not a good episode for the Athletics. We'll try to change that in the next one, but thank you guys so much for watching this one. Hope you guys enjoyed anyway. Make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.